Hey guys, this is Strider Prime, bringing you a new edition of Bandai Models, but today is not a Bandai kit that I'm going to be opening up. Today is going to be a different kit. Considering that the majority of my builds have all been Bandai related, I forgot that I have other brands that I haven't had a chance to work with, and one such kit is one that I had for quite some time but I haven't built yet, and that is this. This is the Kotobukiya's 1/100 scale full action plastic kit Type-001 for Modelers Edition. Frame Architectural Type-001 for Models Edition. This is from the Frame Arm series, multi-assemble mechanical units. There's an amazing line of kits from the Kotobukiya brand, other than, since Kotobukiya, when you hear Kotobukiya, you hear, what would be a good example? Armored Core kits, Super Robot War kits, some D-style kits, and now of course they do the frame arm girls, but before that there was the original frame arms, and they have this unique style of assembly that I was hesitant to get, but I began to getting a little intrigued with this brand, and I said I have to see what this what's the whole big deal about this is. They were selling two of these kits. One is of course the gray one. There was a white version, and there was the kits that come with the frame itself and then the parts to turn it into whatever design that they had. I've seen like ones that look like something out of like Armored Core. Some of them look like something out of Seed. Some of them have like armored versions, like heavy tanked versions, light versions, speedy versions. I'm sorry, I'm like throwing different terminologies of how to describe the frame arm line. There's so many, but I couldn't figure out which one I want. And I said, you know what? Let me work on the basic one, the original frame itself, because from here you can do a lot of things with it. And I have collected a few frame arm type support units which could be used on this kit, which we will work on soon enough. Now I've got this from Gundam Planet a couple of years now. I've had it sitting there for quite some time, and I said, I think it's about time I should make this and see how it looks and how it works, get the feel of it. This is let's see if I have, there's no price on it, but it is a very detailed kit, as you can see. Here are some of the support weapons that you can actually put on this kit if you want. I can't tell you what the price is on this, but I can imagine, I think I remember paying somewhere around 10 to 12 bucks for this. This could be referenced to 1,000 yen over here, maybe, I don't know, but should be fun to make. And I don't know if I can paint this, but let me see if I can. Let me see if I can, because it's only one color I'm going to use. And if I do want to paint it, I think it's a cool idea to paint it with the where is it? And I just thought of it right now, and I put it away, and I don't have it here. In my previous video, yeah, I put it away. I gotta find it. In my previous video, I purchased the Vallejo's Mecha Color paints, the gunmetal. So, considering that this looks very gunmetal-y like, why not try it on this and see how it is? Let's open up and see how it looks, or what I have to expect here. We have a chrome-like parts here. Alright, so we have that. We have the gunmetal charcoal-like parts here. I see manipulator hands, like an open hand. I see some fingers, some grips. Then I see some parts here that could be the inner frame. Can't tell what is what. This could be the leg parts right there. And then we have some poly caps. And we have these little parts that look like dowels. Okay. I'm also looking at the box art. There is a faceplate. Did I miss the faceplate? Let me see if I can. Don't see it here. Maybe it's in here. Yeah, I don't see the faceplate here. So did I get gypped and they never bothered to give me the faceplate? Maybe it's an aftermarket part. We'll have to look at the instructions to find out. So we have I guess some sort of recovery parts list here, and then we have the manual. Very, very simple manual. Very easy though. Small parts there. Yeah, so that's a regular plate. That's not. Oh, okay. It looks clear, but it's actually the part itself that I guess you have to paint separately. Okay, this should be interesting to build since I'm looking at it right here. Again, this is just basically a frame arm in itself, frame architecture unit, and then eventually we'll put some stuff on it to see how it, how it interacts. So this should be a fun kit to build. Let's begin building frame architecture Type 001. So the first part we're going to do is going to build the arms of this kit. These parts are small, very small, so you got to be very, very careful with this, and you have to also understand the orientation. Now for this, we're going to take these two parts here, put them together like so, like that, until it snaps in. Then we keep this in this position, and if I'm seeing this correctly, this has to go this way, like that. And then we have this part, the polycap that goes here. There's only one type of polycap, so it's going to be the same across the board. So once that's there, you seal that up until it should tighten up right there. There we go. So this should kind of look like this, but in this position, like that. There we go. Now I left the notches there so that way you can, I could sand it down. The next one is the elbow part, and this one's a little tricky. If I'm seeing correctly, you have to have this little notch facing downwards, and then you have this little part that goes down, and this one that goes up. Mind you that these two little parts are specific, so you gotta be careful with the manual. Don't think it's, oh, they're both the same. No, they're not. So just follow the manual clearly, and then just put this on like so. So it looks like that. So that's done. The next part is this bottom part of the arm. Put that here. Just, whoop. Put this polycap here. Come on, get in there. It's tight. This is tight. Put that in there like so. So it looks like that. And then with this facing this way, I think I did this wrong, but I could be wrong. Is it that way? No. The notch is the other way around. And I believe the notch has to face up. So if I do that, that goes there. And then this one goes, you know what, I did it wrong. See, I did the orientation wrong. It has to be the other way around, because one of these little notches here, these pegs, is longer than the other, I mean. I'm going to need to use my hobby knife to split this. carefully, and this is a new blade, so I gotta be very careful. Come on. Split. Split. Come on. Just a little. Enough for my nail to get through. Can I do that here? There we go. So, I'm going to take this off, put that down here, take this one, put it up there, like that, reverse it, then put these back on again. Alright, so now instead of the long one going up there, it's the short one that goes up there. There we go, because then that's where the latch catches right there. And then you put this one down here for that. Perfect. Perfect to the first it. I think. Did I do it right? I believe so. I'll review it in a minute. And then we have the hands. This one goes there like so. And then this one goes here. Considering that there were multiple hands, there's the fist hand, the open hand, and then the grip hand, the hand that holds weaponry. I'm going to use the one that holds weaponry. So that completes this arm to complement this arm. And there are nub marks there, which I don't think you have to worry about it, considering that when you build this kit, if you have the armored parts, you can, they'll be covering up the specific area. But joints like this, like the actual elbow and the front part of the elbow, and around the areas that are maybe exposed to the kit, you definitely want to sand it down and paint it. So yeah, so let me this part is done. I'll sand it down, of course, in a moment, but these two arms are done. Let's move on to the next part of the build. Next up is going to be the legs of the frame arm unit. And like I did with the arms, separated the parts, verified which one is which, where to go. We're going to do with the easy one here, the actual long leg, where this one goes there, and this one, flip it around, this one goes here. See, that part is done. And nice and tight too, so that's fine. The next one is this part, which is the actual joint of the upper and the bottom part of the leg and the top part of the, the thigh armor. And this one is easy to know which orientation it is, because there's this little peg here that has to face downwards, and I've already have the parts here ready. Well, this one goes down here, and this one goes up there. And then we close it up like so. Snap it into place. There you go. So that part is done. This next part is the thigh armor, but the thigh armor is unique because it's almost identical in a specific aspect because of these little holes. And you'll probably notice that in this frame, this has little holes along the side of the part of the kit, so that way you can attach armored parts, weaponry, and attachments of some sort. So that's the beauty of this frame, that you could customize it to whatever you wish if you have the necessary parts, or make your own parts. Because I believe this is the standard 3mm holes. Maybe that's probably the reasons why the dowels were introduced, because as I was reviewing the manual, these parts here go into these holes, but they're meant for something else, meant for, like, I guess, attachments of other parts. Maybe I can make my own parts. Who knows? But for now, we're going to work with this. Before we put that one, we need this part here, this poly cap. in there, and then this little roundy part goes under this, but make sure that before you close it like that, this hole and this hole here are facing the opposite, are both facing the opposite direction. And then just find the connector if you can. You know, sometimes I've always had trouble with this. Let me try this one. There we go. There we go. So this one is done. And then of course you take, hold on, I gotta see the manual again. This one is, actually no, we need this one. So this one goes there, and then this one goes back here like so. So that completes that. The foot part, all you need to do is take this part here. Well, before you take this part, you want to stick this little hole there, like so, and then put the foot down like that, like so. And then I guess you take this, you put that there, you take this with the notch down below, put it down through there, and then you take this and you stick that there. No, you don't stick it there. You flip it around and you stick that there. There you go. And then you have this little silver part that goes here as, I guess, a detail part. And there you go. There are the legs. And as you see, the front, these part here are different sectionals like that for added parts along the side here, here, and there. I don't think don't have to worry about putting anything on these little legs, but on the feet, but everything looks cool. And like the arms, there are parts here, there are areas here that you need to sand down and smooth out if you want to obviously paint, which we will do soon enough. Okay, that completes the legs. Let's move on to the next part of this build. And that should go that way.